Well, hello from Cathays station. This is a sort of halt which is designed really to serve the university and all the buildings around me. You can see behind me and what have you, and even where there used to be a car park here is university building, and this also serves the local Welsh Government buildings. This particular station was built in 1983, and opened in 1983, but it's not the first station to have the name Cathays in its title. In fact, there was another one. Well, technically half a station, which was 70 chains, or about 100 yards up the line from this one. Now, I don't actually know what it is about Wales and half stations. We saw one at Waterloo, just outside Rudbury, when I did the video about the Forge Trail. We also saw one at the cemetery at Cathays, where again you had one platform on one side, and this is exactly the same here. This was Woodville Road Halt, and it was situated exactly where that bridge is up there. And as I come to the end of the station and stay within the trespass zone, I'm going to zoom in, and it was exactly there. So why was it there, and what was the point? Why was it half a station, and what was the other one? To give you some context, if we look at the maps and then look at the photographs, you can see here a rather large locomotive depot and works, and this was Cathays Depot and Wagon Works. They were opened in 1884 by the Taff Vale Railway, and they built a platform here, a single platform, so that people could get to work. It originally opened in 1906 and was called Cathays Woodville Road. It was renamed just Woodville Road, Woodville Halt, in 1952, and it closed in 1958, though it was still used for some night trains to serve the depot until about 1961. So I'm up on the bridge now. This is Woodville Road bridge. You see, it's a very busy area, a lot of students around, and the halt, as I say, would have been down here. And I've just noticed a couple of small things in passing. First of all, and then as you wander down here and you walk down just across, the other side of this fence here obviously is where the railway is, and the halt would have been just over there. And it's noticed something as I'm coming down here. This wall here, and in this wall there is a door, a gate. If the station was here, and looking at the age of the way that those branches have grown through, is it possible that this was actually the entrance to Woodville Road Halt? If you know, drop a comment in the comments below. I'll be sharing this on a couple of groups, so I'll comment as well. But it could be this is Woodville Road Halt. So I hear you cry. They got off this train here, they walked up the road over the bridge into the railway works. Okie dokie. How did they get back again? Well, they would have to go to another station, and that's further up in that direction, and that's where we're heading now. Looking north from the bridge, you can see there's a big Lidl's there, and behind it these university buildings, more university buildings to the left. And either side of the track would have been where the works and the depot were actually located. It's strange to think that some massive bits of industrial archaeology have just simply gone. So we come a bit further north up the track. It's a very noisy road. This is North Road. It's one of the main arterial routes into Cardiff, and down here is where Maindy station would have been. Now if I zoom in a bit, you can see there is the bridge that I was standing on, Woodville Road. And so all along here would have been where the works and the shed were. And that brings us down to here. Now, Maindy also opened in 1906 as Maindy North Road Platform, renamed Maindy in 1952. It also closed in September 58 and served the local community and the workers coming out of the works who would have had to walk up here to catch the train to head on back down. In reality, it may have been quicker for them to just walk out and walk down to Queen Street. So was Maindy a standard station? And the answer is no. It was, again, a simple platform. The workers coming out of the works would come here because this is where the trains terminated, and they'd turn around and go back the way they came. The service was affectionately known as the Maindy Flyer, and it started down at Bute Road, down in the docks, up through Queen Street, past Woodville Road Halt, stopping at the platform, and then up to Maindy Halt, where it terminated. The Taffel Railway started it and bought some rail cars, which they used on a number of short lines, and they used it on this particular service and would have looked very similar to this one. The Great Western Railway took over at Grouping and took the rail cars out of service and operated auto trains. These were 2 or 3 car trains with a tank locomotive on the end, which could be operated by the driver sitting in the end coach. They would effectively control the train, the fireman would be on the footplate, and they could pootle up and down, backwards and forwards without having to run the engine round. If you look at this photograph of the train at Woodville Road platform, again you can see it's 2 car and there's a sign on the engine which says auto. If you also look carefully, it's not running on the same line as the platform. This one would have already passed the platform, been up to Maindy. The driver would have got in the coach and driven it back on the down slow line, back down to Queen Street and down to Bute Road. So why did it close? Well, you had 2 single platforms, a works which was not growing. The shed itself was closed in 1961, and when it was opened it was on the outskirts of Cardiff, and as time went on it was basically not. There were plenty of bus routes, plenty of ways to get to it, and as a result these platforms just simply weren't needed. So they closed. And so that's the story of 2 platforms within Cardiff, Woodville Road Halt and Maindy Halt. Long gone, but still remembered by some. I'll be back for something more soon, so please like, subscribe, hit the bell notification, and, well, until next time.